Hi, welcome to day 4 of Career Advancement Bootcamp. Today's topic is workplace success. So you got the job, now what? Well, today's objectives are going to cover phone etiquette, workplace harassment, work separation, and time management. First, let's start with phone etiquette, specifically texting. You first off always want to know what your company's policy is when it comes to phone use, when you can and cannot use it. Make sure you know those things. And number 2, don't communicate big important decisions through text. You always want to do those things in person if possible. And number 3, don't send bad news via text. So kind of like number 2, you want to do these things in person. Number 4, cool it on the abbreviations. You definitely don't want to be including any LOLs on professional correspondence like emails or texts. Try to keep it professional and spell everything out. And number 5, watch your tone. That's very important because things can be misinterpreted over text or even over email. Now let's talk about workplace harassment. So what is workplace harassment? It's belittling or threatening behavior that's directed at a worker or group of workers. And it's very important to see how your organization or your workplace defines workplace harassment. So some examples of that are staring in a sexual manner, making remarks about looks or clothing, inappropriate touching, sexual jokes, emails, or texts. Other examples of hostile work environments include things like racial slurs, mocking ethnic groups, remarks about gender, ageism, remarks about disabilities. Also remember that federal law does not prohibit simple teasing, offhand comments, or isolated incidents that are not extremely serious. So our next topic is work separation. When leaving a job, what is the best thing we can do? Well, you definitely want to give a 2 weeks notice and just be transparent with your manager because you never know when you're going to want them as a reference or when you're going to want to use that position on a resume. So the last thing you want to do is burn that bridge and leave on bad terms. So now let's talk a little bit about time management. What is time management? It's a set of skills, tools, and systems that work together to help you get more value out of your time. And the aim is to help improve the quality of your life. And the analysis of how working hours are spent and the prioritization of tasks in order to maximize personal efficiency in the workplace. And another thing to know about time management is that successful people use time management to achieve outstanding results, both personally and professionally. Why is time management important? This quote here sums it up, basically saying that time is finite. There's only so much time we have. But time management can also help with stress reduction, productivity. It can reduce lost time. It means less effort is needed. It's an increase in success, and there's less rework involved. So now let's list some of the benefits of time management. Some of those benefits are that you are trusted with more responsibilities. Also, you improve your reputation. You have more job security, and you're less likely to need more supervision. You have increased control, more boundaries. You have an increased quality of output, and you can even get additional compensation. And now a little bit about time wasters. There are 2 types of time wasters. Time wasters that are beyond your control and time wasters that are within your control. So come up with some examples of each type of a time waster. First, let's start off with the time wasters that are out of your control. So sometimes that can be phone calls or chit chat when a neighbor stops by to talk to you. That can be traffic or bad weather, illness, staffing shortages like covering for absent workers, or additional work and changing priorities. So those things are out of your control most of the time. The things that are in your control that can waste your time are poor planning and organization, the inability to say no when appropriate, failing to set and maintain priorities, not searching and applying for jobs, losing focus on task at hand, poor multitasking, procrastination, and socializing too much. And now some planning and organizing tips to help with time management. First off, plan each day in as much detail as possible. So use a Google Calendar, use a paper calendar, whatever helps. Make a daily to-do list and rank that in priority. Make sure that you batch routine tasks together and break large tasks into smaller steps to make things easier on yourself. Also, work on high priority tasks when you're most productive. So if you like things in the morning, do it in the morning. If you're more productive at night, do them at night. Make sure to declutter often. A messy desk can lead to frustration. Make sure you set aside some time for uninterrupted projects. Review and evaluate priorities throughout the day. Take breaks, which is very important. And make sure that you maintain and manage a work-life balance. Without that, it can lead to burnout.